All right, everybody, welcome to Late Night Gun Chat. I hope y'all are doing well tonight. Yeah, shave my beard, shave my head. It's going bald anyway. Might as well embrace it. Anyway, if you've never been to one of these, it's just I talk my opinion about guns. You ask your questions, and my advice is worth exactly what you pay for it, unless you give a super chat, which in case it's worth less than you pay for it. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a great night. Get those questions in the chat box as soon as possible. Make sure you say hi in the chat box so I can shout you and your name out, especially if you have a smaller channel. I'll shout you out. So make sure everybody does that. We appreciate it. And all that. Don't forget my MeWe page is in the link in the description. That's where I have all of my uh, affiliate links is on my MeWe page. So make sure you do that. Also, we got an arms directory page. I'm on Instagram at the Real Alaskan Ballistics. Not the other one who hacked my account, but the Real Alaskan Ballistics. So is what it is. Anyway, guys, get in the chat, getting the questions in, and let's see what's going on. All right. Scott Leeper finally learned his lesson. He said hi Chuck and not hi Chook. I really appreciate you not getting us confused anymore. That makes my day. Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate it. All right. Dan O'Neill. Yep. How's it going, buddy? All right. Centerfire go boom. How's it been going? Been asking a lot of questions in the comments lately. I appreciate it, man. All right. Nice puppy. You hunt rabbits with that thing? All right. David Walcott is here. And the Gun Dungeon. Hello, old buddy. Hello, old buddy. Trying to say it as southern as he can. I think I've lost a lot of my southern draw, but it's hello, old buddy. Yep. And then we got Chris Heitzman here. I will ask the questions just to make conversation. Well, cool. Start asking away. All right. We got Loki Prepper. Hunter Kirk is here from North Idaho, as always. So we appreciate it. So that's that. Get your chats, questions in the chat. This week's video is going to be about, I got two videos coming out this week. One's going to be about the Faxon barrel on my 1022. And the other is going to be the Vitoctics 1-6 LPVO. And that one's going to be my 458 SOCOM. And so now that the 458 SOCOM's running pretty good, I wouldn't say it's 100%, but I think everything that's happened are ammo issues. Like I think Underwood had a really bad batch of ammo. Possibly Starline Brass had a bad batch of brass, but they're usually really good too. So anyway, yes, sir. She loves to hunt all animals. Hates snakes though. The old 12 gauge gets rid of those nuisances. Yeah, nothing like a 12 gauge for a snake. I agree on that. Thoughts on a big game power scope range for Alaska? Honestly, the 1-10s, the new 1-10s that are out, the LPVO 1-10s are probably your best bet. Because one, like I let my buddy who came with me yesterday, we hiked up the mountain from my house looking to see if any bears were out. They weren't, but we put up a game camera. And he was impressed by the LPVO on my, like, you could just throw it up and it's right there. It's already, you don't have to adjust your head or anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that. Sorry, my 2-year-old is screaming through the air vent again. Anyway, so I would say LPVO 1-10. 10 for that long shot on caribou. You don't need any more than a 10. If you need more than 10 power, you're shooting too far. And then, it's nice to have it, but if you need more than 10 power, you're shooting too far. You're shooting past 600 yards if you need more than 10 power. So it is what it is. But yeah, I would do that. I would do 1-10. That'd be awesome. 2-7's okay. 2-15, 2-14, 2-12. I've seen all those. 2-10. I have a 3-15. I like that. I've got several 4 power starting at 4 power and going up scopes. And for me, you got to carry it on its lowest power in order to get a brown bear in the scope that's charging you. Good luck. But yeah, so why not something you could use as a red dot, like an LPVO? That would be my recommendation. All right, we got some good questions in here. 338 Win Mag and 6.5 by 284 brass is gone. Yeah. Did you try Natchez for the 6.5 by 284? Anyway, Yeah. Bear Creek Arsenal versus other AR-15 manufacturers. Okay, here's a good question. Gonna be honest with you, I've heard too many negative reviews on Bear Creek Arsenal. Things not working. They're cheap, and they're cheap for a reason. Palmetto State is way better, and they've had issues in the past. And Pro 2A Tactical is probably a step up from them. Aero Precision is probably a step up from them. I like JT Distributing, Double Star Corporation. Double stars are good. I'd say that's a step right even with Aero Precision. To be honest with you, they have some really accurate barrels. So yeah, I would look into all of that. To be honest with you, um, you know, and then you just go up from there. Lone Wolf, what is it? LWRC, and then a few others. Some good rifles out there. So. Did see some 3378 weather be darn expensive. Yeah, I know. Good evening, 67 Rebel SST AMC. How you doing? Should I hunt with my Bard 270 20-inch barrel or my Ruger American 308 22-inch barrel? I love both, but I don't know which one to keep my main scope on. Thermal. Okay, well, if it's a thermal scope and it's legal to hunt with a thermal scope in your state, it's not legal here in Alaska. I would say do it on whichever one you shoot the best, whichever one gives you the most accurate groups. Because I imagine it'd be at 308, and if not, it's a 270. That's what I would do, because especially if you're hunting hogs and stuff like that too. So, penultimate reloader, very good. Good to see you. Thank you, buddy. Arrow may have shut down operations in Washington due to the people running the state, which is why we left. Yeah, understand. Scope RAM versus Vortex versus Leupold versus US Optics. Okay, so I own a scope with all three. The Vortex is a cheap one, and it is off a rifle because it sucks. It won't track. If I take the group up 4 notches, it goes to the left 4 notches. It'll stay together. It's not zoom, but it's just it won't track. And I need to send it back. I haven't sent it back yet, like an idiot. All right. Leupold. My Leupold. I have Leupold on 3 rifles currently, and I love it. I'm looking to purchase another Leupold. My US Optics is great. Don't get me wrong. I really like it. They use really cheap scope caps, and they brought it. When I bought it, they came with really cheap scope caps, and it was the Tactics 3 T3 or whatever 3X, or I don't know, but it's a 1-to-6 LPVO, and I have it on my AR-10, and it works for me. It's like a battle rifle setup, and I love it. But it's one of my favorite guns, and it's just really, really heavy, that barrel, but the LPVO is lightweight and crystal clear. Leupold and US Optics are going to be brighter, clearer, and tougher built than Vortex any day of the week. That being said, I still go with Leupold on most things. Howdy, Chuck. What's up, Alvaro? How you doing? Cliff, I love the M16. I don't like the M4 unless it has that Hudge handguard like the Crossman pellet guns. I don't like how the A4-15 is skitty, and I clone the M4. Am I right here? Clone that is. Yeah. Yeah, sort of. Yep. Arrow has a place in Florida for seeing the BS. There you go. No problem, brother. I don't like to get one of those new Ruger S-FARs. I've read plenty of good reviews, but sometimes some people have had some bad problems with them. Or should I wait for months for Ruger to resolve the problem? They're not going to resolve the problem until they get enough feedback, so might as well go buy one. But they probably already have gotten enough, and is what it is. I'd say, I guess, say go get one. Is what it is. I guess everybody's doing that now. They're all doing the Sigma method. Beta test on your customers. I like your 1022 setup. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like it too. Recently saw a video of a lady in Alaska kill a brown bear at a couple hundred yards with an AR-10 308. Is that common there? More common than you think. People use all sorts of calibers to kill bear. I had a roommate who used a 243, and So um, I would definitely say it's not common, but it's not unheard of. It's not uncommon. People use 308, but there are people who hunt with nothing but 308. But then there are people who won't take less than a 375 into bear country. I get it. Either way, I think 308 AR-10 is a very good defensive weapon for bears. Your preference in a Ruger American Ranch for hunting, 5.56 or 6.5 Grendel? The utility inside of me is leaning towards 5.56, but I assume the 6.5 Grendel would be better for hunting. What are you hunting, Loki Prepper? That's the question. If you're hunting, coyotes and groundhogs and maybe the occasional deer, you get 5.56. If you're hunting deer exclusively and maybe the occasional groundhog or coyote, you get 6.5 Grendel. 6.5 Grendel will be better for hunting. Depends on what you're hunting. Anchorage Firearms, good to see you in the chat. Nice to know you're here. Thank you very much, brother. You can get 308 in just about any platform these days, man. That's true. Over 1,200 though. Yep. Coyotes and deer. Yeah, I get 6.5 Grendel. Penultimate reloader. I've been enjoying my 716i tread, but I've only been able to afford 350 rounds down the pipe so far. I gotcha. Yeah, it's expensive. Option. I guess you meant opinion on the Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. Yeah. I don't like it. It just looks weird. Just looks weird, and like a lot of things, Smith & Wesson, probably the first generation, just like Sig, will be. You have to go beta test it for them. So that's that. So I really don't like it. I'm not a big fan of 5.7. I think it's fun to shoot. Like, it's a fun gun. And maybe for those who are really, really recoil sensitive, you put in some good Spear Gold Dot type penetration rounds that will go through. Maybe it's better than nothing. It's better than a sharp stick and then get 23 rounds off. Yeah, I get it. So I'm not a big 5.7 overall, but the Smith & Wesson just looks ugly. Looks disproportionate. So say no to guns. Guns don't talk. They're inanimate objects. Kane. All right. So that's about the dumbest statement you can make. You're about as dumb as our president, who says an AR-15 goes 5 times faster than any other bullet, and that's demonstrably not true. Here's a bullet that weighs almost twice as much and is going faster right here. It's going 35.50 at the muzzle. 33.50, excuse me. It's going faster right there. You're about as dumb as our president, Kane. So, Kane, please leave the planet so your genes are not in the human gene pool. We don't need people like you here. All right. Opinion on Master Key's 12 gauge underbarrel shotgun on an AR-15. First of all, you have to get a tax stamp to do it because that barrel is less than, I think, 8 or 9 inches. Okay, so you would have to get a tax stamp in order to put that on your AR-15. All right, because it's not an 18-inch barrel unless you had a 24-inch barrel AR-15. You're not going to be able to fit an 18-inch barrel shotgun down there, so you'll have to get a tax stamp to legally do it. I don't agree with having to get a tax stamp, but that's the way it is right now. And for now, what the military experimented with that a little bit, and so did police forces, and you don't see it being used a lot anymore. I think they found that the person shooting the master key at the deadbolt, whatever, and breaching was actually slower by changing their weapon and getting their hand up to the right position and then charging in the room than somebody who was ready to charge into the room with the blaster right here, boom, charges into the room. So it is, it would be what it is. So, low-key prepper. Kane having kids would be like peeing in the gene pool. Yeah, that's right. Kane, I hope you're still here listening. Well, I mean, the best of Jupiter's moon to colonize is Callisto. So, Kane, I hope you go to Callisto. It'd be good. You'd be a great colonist there. All right, you should be the first and possibly. Don't worry, we'll send Joe Biden with you. Just kidding. Just kidding. If you're listening, been thinking of getting an 1895 Marlin. Has a Skinner sights. Been looking at their website, Skinner. There's site that has a pick rail with it, and I'm wondering how they mount that. Yeah, I don't know. Have not looked at their site. Typically, you tap out the front action, you tap in something that that it screws into, and then you mount it on top of the receiver as well. So, just got a 30 caliber black powder rifle from a family member, a Marlin. The sights are so tiny, it is more accurate than anything I've ever shot, even a 22 Browning as a teenager. Wow, there you go. Shot a coyote the other night with my 270 Horny SSTs. I expected gruesome damage, but instead it was a pinhole entry and about an inch diameter exit. Front shoulder shot too, but still dropped him. There you go. I mean, that's what the SST is perfect for. Coyote, small game. So, tax stamps are basically, no, they're not. They're only $200 still. It's just the waiting. It's the waiting that kills you. 5.7. My thought is too many rounds, including 6.5. What is the 6.5? If you could have only one 6.5 round. If you could have only one 6.5 round, it'd be the 6.5 PRC. But 6.5 has been killing moose in Europe for probably 100 years now. So I switched back to my G19 for EDC after carrying my G20 SF all winter. The G19 now carries and shoots like a 380 HCP to me. It's wild. Yeah, isn't it though? So it's crazy. Have 3 silencers, took 6 months each one. That's good. What's up, AKB? Hey, what's up, Mike Robinson? Did the ATF finally give up on the pistol brace ban? Probably not, no. Our Hornady SSTs and ELDX basically identical. They're made the same way, but the shape of the bullet has the ELDX a little bit more aerodynamic. So that's why it has a higher BC. But essentially, yes, they're made the same way. They're non-bonded ballistic tips, and they're terrible on big game. They might be all right for small Florida deer. They might be all right for, coyotes, as you said. But, yeah, they're that. What's your favorite machine gun of all time? RPM or AK RPM. What is it? RPM? Is it the right word? But yeah, it's heavy barrel AK, long barrel. Those things are just sweet. They don't jump like an AK jumps because the heavy barrel keeps it, and the muzzle brake on them keeps them down, and you could just keep a whole bunch of rounds on a good area target. So one of these days. Yeah. New to your channel, and I like all the videos that you used. The G40 MOS. I got a brand new one, and your videos helped me make that my choice is my second gun. Great, Joshua. That's good to hear. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it and get lots of good shooting out of it. Don't forget to clean it, unlike Chook. My sister channel, Chook's Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to clean it. Who the President 10-second Tom? Whoa, I don't know what you mean by that. What was the velocity on that 270 SST? You'll be pardoned by the time you finish your next sentence. He forgot. Yeah, it's true. The SSTs are more for hunting. The ELDs are more of a varmint. That being said, I've had issues with the SSTs at short range, too high impact and velocity. Yep, pretty much. Just received my KKM barrel with compensator for the G29. Holy cow, it shoots better, softer than the G40. It sounds counterintuitive, but the hotter loads I run through it, the less it recoiled. Yeah, cool. Yep, ELDX had much better BC, but they're both cup and cord bullets than jackets. Thanks, MI Prepper. What is your favorite jacket hollow point pounds 10 millimeter? I'm torn between Sig V Crown and Lehigh Penetrator. You don't want Lehigh Penetrator because they're not jacketed hollow points. You want Lehigh Extreme Defender. The penetrators are made for like outdoorsmen penetrating big game, whereas the defenders are made to be a lighter weight and go super fast and but still penetrate deeply. So of those two, you get the Extreme Defender, like hands down. The Sig V Crown will jacket separate and fragment possibly if it hits bone fast enough. I say start with a 180 or 200 grain XTP, 180 XTP, 180 or 200 grain. Yeah, RPK, that's the one I'm looking for, the RPK. I got it on the channel somewhere on short. So I'm late here. Hey, Chuck and everyone. Hey, what's going on? Got to go with the MG42. Yeah, I haven't shot one. Excuse me, that Glock rifle combo that shoots 30 rounds a second at the range I'm at. Opinion on 460 Rowland, 460 Smith & Wesson. Anchorage Firearms. Let me know what you think. Which one? 460 Rowland or 460 Smith & Wesson? Got myself some 10 millimeter hardcast. Too slow to get myself those extreme penetrators. Hopefully the place where I get restock soon. There you go. 10 millimeter hardcast, all you need though. Out of a 20-inch barrel, I'm expecting 3,000 feet per second in the muzzle. Don't have a chronograph. Yeah, but going off other people's experience with the shorter barrel 270s on the box, 3200 24-inch barrel. Thoughts on Remington core lock tipped? Again, it's a tipped bullet that's a non-bonded ballistic tip. Remington core locks on this, so it's going to probably fragment or jacket core separation. Both are bad. So. Sorry. Use 10 millimeter Buffalo more for on the road self-defense. There you go. Thank you, Richard E. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. It is going to be a fairly short chat tonight, though. 460 Rowland didn't know there were many 460s. Yeah, you hadn't heard of a 460 Smith & Wesson? Big old. It's in the same frame as the 500 Smith & Wesson. It's a huge old gun. It's been around for a while. 460 Rowland. To answer your question, so I have several videos on the channel. There's a playlist. You can go look at the 460 Rowland playlist. I think it's an excellent round. I think people have had lots of issues with them being finicky. So if you're going to go buy a 45 auto and then convert it to 460 Rowland, it can be really, really finicky and picky. And you got to change this spring that they didn't tell you about and change this spring and use these magazines. It can be really, 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 really picky. You'd be better off going to 45 Super. So, yeah. He also said no hunt needs 8 bullets in a round. Doesn't even make sense. 9 millimeter recount shot the top velocity for a non-plus-B in the 16-inch and the G34. I bet it did. It's pretty hot. UMP 45 would be nice. If you can own an MP7 or an MPI 4 auto, what should go to? I go to the MP5. Proven 9 millimeter. The MP7's a little 4.6 millimeter thing. No, I'll take the 9 millimeter. I'd rather have the mass. And I'd rather have a UMP 45. Yeah, here we go. Excuse me. The Uncle Sam ever successfully bans all sand animals? Do you think they'll come after parts 2 and things like that? Oh yeah. They're not going to be able to successfully do that right now. I don't know about the newer Remington core lock, but I had issues back in the day with separation on bigger body deer and 270. Problem solved with federal nozzle petition. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually, a couple of years ago, I released a video on 25-06 versus 270 versus 30-06, and the 270 jacket separated, and it was a 22-inch barrel and going 2,800 feet per second, which is just badly slow. So 300 Blackout versus 7.62 by 39. Depends on whether you're an American or a communist. 300 Blackout is going to be more suppressible and probably more bullet selection for hunting. 7.62 by 39 It's gonna be, it's gonna be picky in ARs, but not picky in AKs. Although there are a lot of good ARs out there now for them. Yeah, I wouldn't. If you're gonna suppress it, go 300 blackout. If you're not, go 7.62 by 39. Hey Sean, how you doing? Hey, like the show, working on a town detail. Always try to watch when I get notification. Appreciate it. There. What are your favorite powders for 10 millimeter? Blue dot and power pistol and AA number 9. So I just picked up a Harrington RS-22 LR for my kids to start shooting. Can't wait for to get to the range to start shooting. Hope it doesn't break like mine did. Mine's a piece of junk. It's right here too. It's totally broken. It's right here on the shelf, but I can't pick it up. It's literally right. I think you can see the handle of it sticking out on the shelf. But yeah, it's totally broken. Yeah, they're terrible quality. Absolutely terrible. Yep, you should have spent the money for a Ruger Wrangler. UMP5. Yep, there you go. Thoughts on Terminal Sense? One of the best hunting bullets out there. I think only the Nosler Partition, the Barnes TTSX, and LRX beat it. UMP40. There you go. New York Coverage Unit 308 and Hornady SSD Super Performance at 3,000 feet per second. Shot at deer 5 times, starting at 30 yards and out to 250. I could cover 3 entrance and exit wounds with my hand in the chest cavity. Wow. What is your opinion on the Rock Island Armory Pro Match Ultra? Then a 6-inch barrel double stack 10 millimeter. I want to add that as a next 10 millimeter. I want to they've had issues with them. Magazine springs mainly. They've had a lot of people not be able to feed them. That being said, the people that have one that run love it and runs good. Yeah, they've just had magazine issues with them in the past. Center fire go boom. I saw a cutaway of the Terminal Ascent. They are instrumenting like a blend of Barnes X and Akibon. It has a small lead core. There you go. Hello, Khalid. How you doing? It doesn't surprise me. Do you ever put a crimp on your 308 or 6.5 millimeter hand loads? If so, what die? I use Lee factory crimp dies, and anything that goes into a semi-automatic gets crimped automatically. And even if it's for my bolt action, so if it's loaded for my bolt action Creedmoor, it'll get crimped because it might also go in my semi-automatic Creedmoor. So yeah, anything semi-automatic, put a crimp on. I put a light crimp on my buddy's 308s recently too, just enough so that I wouldn't overpressure it. You know how it is. Okay, mule deer. I was reaching for some spare ammo when he went down. Didn't miss any of my shots. I was broadside. Next 2 were quartering away, and the last 2 were broadside again. So that was an SSD. There you go. How's the CUZ working? I have not shot it yet at all. It's working. Just hadn't shot it yet. Ignore the UMP5. Yeah. Ruger American 22 LR is good for training people, especially the kiddos. Yeah, it's a good one. I have an RIA 10 millimeter. How's it working? Wish I had with slight dovetails and magazine availability. There you go. All right, how many people say? All right, how many say UMP compared to saying UMP? We all say UMP. That's a model number. Had a couple of drinks. Selling might not be the best, but option on 357 SIG. Opinion on 357 SIG. Love it. I think it's a great caliber. 147 bullets, 147 grain bullets, so that you don't have misfeeds and don't have under pressured and stuff like that. So that it penetrates deep enough with all that speed too. So 10 millimeter is in a 6-inch barrel. You're getting everything out of the round then, but anything shorter leaves a fireball at night. Loses about 1/15 of the power. In a compact gun is a high pressured powder. Yeah, it's very true. I use a Lee factory crimp die for more consistency. I have 4 AR-15s and 7.62 by 39, all like Singer sewing machines. Cheap ammo. My stash of SPs at 125 and 154 grain. Hogs don't care about suppressed. Have friends all in 300 blackout suppressed SPR. That's an acronym. Unauthorized marital purchase. Yeah, there you go. What up, homie? What's up, Teddy Two Guns? How you doing? Good luck finding blue dot on the shelves or online these days. I've been using long shot instead and a number 9. Yeah, I found 5 pounds on the shelf several months ago and was able to get it. So I was kind of happy about that. In fact, the viewer had just given me a pound, and the next day they had it there. So what can 300 blackout hunt? What can 300 blackout not hunt? I mean, everything's got ear holes, so 300 blackout with the right round will hunt anything you want it to. Would it be my first choice against grizzly bear? Absolutely not. Could it do the job? Absolutely it could, but it's all about shot placement and bullet construction. Best 270 bullet to cause the most devastation on a whitetail. I don't care about the meat. They eat our peas every year and costs us thousands. Game and Fish gives us a license to shoot them in the off season. Not worried about saving meat. LRX is still your best bullet. Found blue dot the other night. My LGS just one jug and I bought it. Yeah. So anything 30-30 can. Yep. Killed a number of deer with the SSD, same rifle, same ammo, just better performance further out or more on deer to go. Yeah. 300 blackout is a 223 basically. No, it is not. It's kind of the opposite. It's a bigger, slower bullet. So that's a weird statement to make. Not true. So guys, my family's sick, so I'm gonna kind of the kids are sick, and so I'm gonna kind of get off of here tonight. I'm a little under the weather too, so don't forget to visit our MeWe page. I appreciate all the questions. We're gonna make it a pretty short chat tonight. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range.